Addison Lakes. Morning to you, Stuart.
Good morning. This is to Liberty, and I'll declare my interest. I'm completely down on family trust. So I think most people are naive in the public of what goes on within family trust. So I was wondering if you could explain why you put a family home into your family trust.
I can explain it very simply. I take advice from...
I know it's legal, but morally is it right?
Yeah, no, they're both good questions. Firstly, I take advice from an accountant, well, he's not a financial advisor. He's always at pains to tell me he can't give me financial advice, such are the new rules, but an accountant about how to structure my arrangements, and it was recommended to me to set up a family trust. I have interesting debates with my accountant about all sorts of things, but I did actually debate him on this, Stuart, to ask whether really this was necessary. He thought it was a sensible thing to do, and I do try to follow sensible advice. I always follow and comply with the laws of the land at the time, but as I learn more, I do agitate about things. So I have a family trust. It doesn't do very much, but when I have purchased property, I have asked him about how it should be bought, and he has at times recommended it be bought in the name of the family trust.
Is that to reduce tax?
Well, if it is, it doesn't do so very effectively, can I say? I very happily pay lots of tax, and I, as you'd well know, I often advocate for policies which would see me personally paying more. I'm a big believer in publicly well-funded education, health, Medicare.
What's the purpose of... I don't have a family trust. I'm sure lots of people do, but what's the purpose of it if it's not to reduce your exposure to the tax office?
It's a good question. Well, look, I think for some people that are high income earners, they often have a spouse who's a low income earner, or they have children of a particular age that they can distribute money to. If I wanted to distribute money to my son, I could distribute $400 to him a year.
That's pretty exciting, given he's, about 2 or something?
Yeah, he's two next month. So when my accountant revealed that to me, I said, gee whiz, that was worth going to the effort of setting up a family trust for, wasn't it? So I think for some people, there are people that they can distribute money to. I certainly haven't had that advantage, and I'm not seeking to have it, but it is there and it's used.
Margaret?
Family trusts are used, they're legal, they're used for a variety of different reasons, many of which are totally valid. I mean, a common one is where you have a situation where there are adult children who may have a disability, and there needs to be a structure put in place for looking after those children into the future.
Very commonly used for disability, and also commonly used for family farms when intergenerational issues need to keep the farm, you need to keep the farm intact, separate from conflict within the next generation.
Precisely.
For instance.
And there would be...
I understand those are legitimate purposes, and there may be others as well, but not for the vast majority of people. It's a simple tax planning exercise.
That may well be the case. People are able to make choices about their own circumstances as they see fit in accordance with the law.
Let's move